Here at Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium in Lynchburg, the site of the 2025 Conference USA Baseball Championship. The Flames are the number 8 seed. I'm visiting now with the head coach, Bradley LeCroy, as we look ahead here to this one. Coach, you got in. That's the big thing, right? It came down to the last weekend, but your club did enough. The number 8 seed, but you're hosting this thing. Are there some elements of the underdog that you can play with your team? Do you take that approach?
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit, but also knowing that we got a good ball club, and we've played good at times this year, and hopefully we can, play really well this weekend on our home field in front of our fans. But we feel good about it. We dealt with some injuries, but we've overcome those, and we made a push down the end just to make sure we got in. And once you get in, anything can happen.
Yeah, you've been a part of some conference tournament championship winning teams as recently as last year at VCU. Did it at Clemson as well as an assistant coach. What are some of the characteristics of those teams that are able to make those runs and come out on top at the end of the week?
Yeah, a lot of it is I think it's two things. Is your better players really step up, and then somebody who hasn't been a star for you during the year has an unbelievable week, whether that's on the mound or offensively, has a big home run or a double, base clearing double, something like that. Somebody that we usually don't count on's got to step up and do something special.
You're looking for Jake Potts to do something special here in Game 1. I know you purposely didn't pitch him against Dallas Baptist in the series here recently. What kind of an advantage does that give you, and how does this stuff play against the Patriots?
Yeah, I think a couple things, right? He gets extra rest, so his stuff should be a tick up from bouncing back, not pitching last weekend and having, 10, 11 days off. I think another bonus is, too, they didn't get to see him live. So they've got to do all their preparation and everything from video. Potsy's had some really good outings for us this year. The start he had at FIU was huge for us. La Tech was huge for us. So, we got a lot of confidence in Potts, and we know he'll go out there and give us good effort.
Nice to have a senior on the mound in a game like this as well. You talk about overcoming injuries. Easton Swafford taking over that leadoff spot. Seems like he's really done some nice things for you.
Yeah, Swafford's done a really good job. Very proud of Easton. A guy that was in our lineup to start the season. Kind of got beat out. They got another opportunity with some injuries, and he continues to do a really, really good job, not only at third base, but offensively getting on base. We moved him up in the order this past weekend, and he had some really good at-bats.
How important is it to stay in the winner's bracket in these types of tournaments, double elimination, and to get some of those really good pitching performances early?
Yeah, it's huge, especially to win Game 1 and Game 2, and then you kind of, you're in the driver's seat from a pitching standpoint, a confidence standpoint, a rest standpoint. It's huge, and that's our goal. Our goal is to go through this thing and win it, and I believe we have a team that can do it. We'll find out Wednesday.
Is there any advantage to seeing Dallas Baptist so quickly after you just saw them? Does it favor one team or the other?
I think it's a great advantage, probably for both teams, but especially for us. I mean, we just played them 3 times, and so we're familiar with their pitchers. We're familiar with their hitters. We know what they got coming out of the bullpen. It's not somebody that we played a month and a half ago and we got to go refresh on it. So I think it's a big advantage. Now, it's an advantage for them as well, but, I like where we're at with it, and I'm sure that, we'll have a good plan against their starter in their lineup.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck this week.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, checking in now with Liberty Flames senior right fielder Camden Troyer, getting ready to play his last handful of games here in Lynchburg at his home ballpark. Camden, appreciate the time. Conference tournament, what better way to go out, right? I mean, to be playing postseason meaningful baseball games here in your last games in this ballpark. How special is that?
Yeah, it's extremely special. We're very fortunate to host this year, and hopefully we get a great crowd and great energy, and looks to be a lot of fun.
You had the emotions of senior day out here, and most guys, that's their last chance to play at home. You had your mom and your parents here, your brother who's on the team with you, able to come out with you as well. How special was that, and then being able to share that moment?
Yeah, it's very special, being out there with my loved ones, especially having my brother here this year. No complaints at all. It's been a blast to be on the same team as him. Kind of bittersweet there, but we're not done. We're not done playing ball. We're not done on this field. So yeah.
Big year for you, career numbers pretty much across the board, hitting, homers, RBIs, runs scored. How have you been able to just kind of let it go, so to speak, this year and just kind of be free and in the moment? Because I think that's kind of been a big key for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I'd say, I mean, I credit God with a lot of my, success that I've had this year. Just kind of letting go of all the, the stress, anxiety that comes with baseball, and just kind of playing for him, playing free, and he's blessed me with success this year. So,
Look back at the series with Dallas Baptist. Obviously, you want to win a series, but you got one off of them, and that's a team that's in the top 25, number one seed in this tournament. How big was that for the confidence of the team, knowing that you got to turn around and face them here in the first game of the tournament?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that was huge. Just proving to ourselves that we can come behind and win a scrappy game like that, kind of tough it out against a good team. We're gonna need games like that if we're gonna go on a run. So that plays a big part into our confidence heading into the tournament.
Now, that said, this club was no hit its last time out on Saturday to end the regular season. Are you able to draw off of that win still, and look past that? Does the team come out with a little bit of a chip on its shoulder after that game on Saturday?
I think we just got to scrap. The game Saturday. Obviously it wasn't our best performance. Obviously it's a new season now, so anything that's happened is kind of behind us. But we do want to hold on to those good things that we've done as a reminder of what we're capable of. So
when you see a team that recently and you turn around and just play them again, does it almost feel like a fourth game of the series? I mean, there's not really a whole lot more preparation that has to go into it, is there?
Right. Yeah. It does kind of feel that way. Similar situation last year with LA Tech, facing them at the end of the season, seeing them a lot in the tournament. So, we're familiar with them, they're familiar with us, so it's just going to be a chess match. Who wants it more, who's going to tough it out. So.
This team made a run in the conference tournament last year, got to the semifinals. You had an explosive week. I think 3 homers, like 10 or 11 RBIs. I forget what the numbers were now, but you had a really good week. How paramount is it for this team to have someone step up like that and maybe do something that they haven't done all year? Is that kind of one of the keys to making a run in a tournament like this?
Yeah, I think so. 1 through 9 in the order, and every guy out of the pen, we're going to need the best that we've had all year. And, it takes a whole team collectively on the same page and just playing for each other to make a run like this. And, we're definitely capable of it. We have the talent, and I'm excited to see how we play.
How determined are you to do everything you can to make sure that this isn't the last week of baseball games?
Yeah, I'm very determined. I don't want to end. Don't want to end on this field. I want to keep playing. I think these guys want that too. It's a goal we've had since the fall. It's right in front of us. Everything we want is still right here. So we're just going to play hard and, just do our very best.
Camden, appreciate the time. Best of luck this week.
Thank you, Nick.